From the Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years, that is Under My Wheels, featuring Axl Rose and Alice Cooper.
Yep.
And I see Jackal is having a shit fit in the chat room because it's not pure, man!
It's not from 1976, man! Shut up.
Back when the girls had hairy bushes, man!
Just shut up. I like it.
I
like that version better.
Back when gremlins were cool, man.
I think Jackal did a little bit too much acid. He's still having fucking flashbacks.
Yeah, I swear.
Shut up. Music progresses. Alice is old and tired. That's always been my thought, though. I've never been a huge fan.
Not a fan, but you know what? I've gone to see Alice probably a half a dozen times, and when he had his Cooperstown restaurant in Cleveland, I got invited to an after show. He performed at Nautica Stage.
Okay.
No, it wasn't Nautica Stage. What was that one that's no longer there? It's the one just
the amphitheater.
Yeah. Tower City.
Yeah, Tower City Amphitheater.
Yeah, he performed at Tower City, and then I got invited to go back to Cooperstown to a private meet and greet.
Ooh,
so
fancy.
That's where I got that ID.
Fancy.
Yeah. His road manager was kind of a dick, though.
Well, I wouldn't know. I can't say that I've met Alice, but I have seen him. Puts on a good show, even though I'm not a fan of the tunes, but whatever. I mean, I've really tried with Alice Cooper because I know in the scope of what I generally like, I should like Alice Cooper, and it's just boring to me.
Well, I'm not a big fan of his catalog.
Yeah. But
from a show standpoint, he's probably got one of the best choreographed shows that I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. His musicians, because he always has a revolving door of musicians, every one of them is like top flight.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And they all fit in no matter what lineup he plays with. I've seen at least a half a dozen different lineups. Every one of them just spot on.
Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about the concerts. I just find the albums to be boring to trash. Quite literally trash.
Yeah.
I just never, even to singles. I mean, I'm not even a huge fan of No More Mr. Nice Guy or Billion Dollar Babies.
You know what? I got to be honest with you, and I know Jack will have a shit fit in this one, so you better get your Depends on there, Jackal. Right. But I enjoy Dave Mustaine's Megadeth version of No More Mr. Nice Guy better than I like Alice's version.
I like that version you just played there better than like the solo Alice version. I do. Just not.
It's more spirited. It's a little more energetic.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he sucks, just means he doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Well, I will admit that probably my favorite Alice Cooper album, if I were to pick any CD out of his whole catalog, was definitely Brutal Planet.
Yeah, that's okay. It has a couple of really good songs on it. I like The Last Temptation, I think would probably be my favorite. But again, by saying it's my favorite, it still gets played maybe once every 5 years. I mean, it's way down on the catalog. I'm way more likely to play some, I don't know, Kick Tracy before I'll play fucking Alice Cooper.
Right.
Just not a fan.
Not everybody's a fan. I think who was it with Jan Patrick? He was hanging out in the CMS chat room on Wednesday night with our good friend Kendall, who does Kendall A Metal.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays, if you're interested, we do have a live chat room, or Kendall has a live chat room on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
She does her show from 8 to 10 Eastern time.
Okay.
And she does a 2-hour show, and she does all kinds of requests and stuff, and some of the CMS fans pop in there. I've tuned in the last couple of weeks, and she plays your request, and she does a really good job.
That's cool.
Her transitions are really done well, and her audio is done well, and she's got a pretty good little setup. She does it from her bedroom.
Nice.
But She sounds very professional, but regardless, I had her play some of the Cult for me, and I know you're not a Cult fan.
Yeah, not really.
But I like the Cult, and that's Jan Patrick was saying that he's a big Cult fan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what's wrong with Chris? Why can't he get on board? But that's just, one of those one of those things. It's either you like them or you don't.
Dude, and I have quite a few of those bands that a lot of people like, and I just don't. Deep Purple's another one.
Yeah, I'm not big into Purple at all. I did like their 80s records, but the earlier stuff, I'm just not into the whole B3 and, that psychedelic rock stuff. That just never did it for me.
The only stuff I ever really liked was the Coverdale and Glenn Hughes stuff. That's the only stuff that I really liked. And as far as the Cult, that's another band I've really, really tried to get it. I've listened to every record, and it's one of those things with that band. I never listened to it, and I'm like, oh, that's just fucking terrible. But it's just nothing sticks. In my head, nothing. Especially the ones that are catchy.
Firewoman. Yeah, Firewoman.
That one, and what was the other big hit that they had? It's on their electric.
Well, they had Edie.
Edie, that's terrible.
And they had Love Removal Machine.
Can't say I even know that. I'd probably know it if I heard it, but it's just one of those things that's another one of those bands. I think it's Ian's voice. For the same reason I don't like the Doors.
Well, that's funny. That's because that's exactly what I told Jan in the chat room one evening. I said, well, Chris doesn't like the Doors either. And I said, I think he relates the two. And fair enough, because obviously Ian went off to play with the couple remaining members of the Doors.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he did a really good Jim Morrison, impression.
You don't think he sounds like Jim Morrison when he's on the Cult?
Well, he does. I mean, the Cult is a different style of music. It's a little more harder edge and a little more fast paced.
It's the metal Doors.
Yeah, it is. I absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why I don't dig it. Is that voice doesn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I can name 100 bands that most people don't like that I do. The fucking Volbeat is one of them. I'll listen to just about anything from Volbeat, and I know fucking half the people out there are like, oh, that's the worst.
No, it's Metallica with a rockabilly singer.
Yeah, it's Elvis and Metallica.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. I think from a musical standpoint, I think Volbeat is as good as Metallica in my mind, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we could do this for days. There's just bands that I don't like, and then there's bands that no one else likes that I like. As much as we goof on it, I don't hate Methods of Mayhem at all. I like that record.
Yeah, see, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, and a lot of people, believe me, I know I'm in the very big minority on that one. I know there's me and Tommy, and that's about it as far as fans of that record. But, music is subjective. And, it always cracks me up, people that like lie and say they like something when they don't, just because they don't want to be labeled as like, well, how could you not like that?
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man? You have no taste.
You lose your metal card, man. Shut up. Gives a fuck about my metal card. Enough with that bullshit.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah, pal.
All right, I think you're probably aware of this, but I just thought I'd cover this real quick.
All right.
I'm sure you saw it. It went viral, I guess, where a supermarket thief looks like David Schwimmer.
Okay.
Did you see that?
I don't think I did, no.
Oh. Well, a supermarket thief was caught on closed circuit television or, surveillance camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like leaving the store. I'm not sure what he was carrying. It was like a case of beer or something.
Okay.
And he looks just like David Schwimmer.
Okay.
So David Schwimmer realized, he got wind of this. The guy looks like David Schwimmer. So David Schwimmer, just out of fun, he reenacted the whole thing on closed caption television.
Oh,
just as a goof.
Are we sure it's really not him?
No, it's not him, because this happened over in, another country. So,
wow, he really does look like him, though. God, I'm looking at the two. I don't know which one is the real guy.
yeah, I know.
Wow, he really looks like him. Nice. That's funny.
It's pretty funny. So anyway, David Schwimmer has posted a hilarious spoof video of himself with his arms full of beer cans in a New York supermarket after police issued a theft appeal for his look-alike in Blackpool. I guess it's like in England or something.
All right.
Officers, I swear it wasn't me. As you can see, I was in New York. To the hardworking Blackpool police, good luck with your investigation, posted the actor who played Ross in Friends.
Is that what they're still holding on to him for?
Well,
Ross?
I mean, what else is he famous for?
Dude, he was... Well, I guess that is his most famous role, but I mean, he's been in a bunch of movies, Apt Pupil, and you know what his best role was, as far as I'm concerned, was Band of Brothers. Did you see Band of Brothers?
I think I did.
The series. He was fucking awesome as the what was his name, Lieutenant Sobel or Captain Sobel or whatever his name was. That was just the absolute asshole that was putting the platoon together.
Mm-hmm.
And he made them eat all the fucking spaghetti and then run 10 miles. So they'd all be puking and shit.
Well, from a pop culture standpoint, I would think that he's probably most recognizable as Ross from Friends.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would say so. I'm just looking now. He's in a bunch of shit that we like. Curb. He was in
Well,
Curb.
that I know because he and Larry were working on the producers
right
Broadway thing.
He was on Entourage.
I never watched that.
NYPD Blue.
Never watched it.
He's been in a bunch of shows.
Well, I know, but from a pop culture thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. Friends is the biggest thing he's done.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I'm just saying
It's not that he, once Friends was over, he didn't do anything, but it certainly doesn't get the most recognition.
Right. No. It's too bad, though. He's actually pretty talented. He's good in a lot of shit.
He certainly played a real cocksucker in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, he did.
Did you watch that episode? Did you watch that series?
Yeah.
Dude, that was so funny. He and Larry working together.
Yep.
Lost his watch at the hotel and then talking to whispering to the flight attendant, and the flight attendant giving Larry a hard time. He goes, "What did he tell you?"
Right.
It's none of your business. It was really good.
Yeah. Curb was a fun show.
I love that show.
Yeah. They're still making it.
I know. They did. I bought the last season.
Yeah.
And they're going to make another season.
Good.
But it was gone for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I own all the DVDs and everything. But I tell you, Larry David is my hero, man. I love that guy. And again, That's one of the things I'm so envious of you, is the fact that you got to meet Larry David at that Cheap Trick concert.
Dude, I wish to God I would have been sober.
I wish the pictures were clearer.
I know. That's if we would have been 1/10 less drunk than we were, the pictures would have been clear. But we were so fucked up. We had been drinking for like 13 hours by the time I met Larry David, and we were all just fucked up. And we took those blurry ass pictures, but you could definitely tell it's him.
Oh yeah, I know. But the thing is from a personal standpoint, Larry David and I are so much alike in our personalities and everything.
Right.
Just so much alike. Because
I mean, he is you.
It's so funny because he's on one of those episodes with Jerry Seinfeld, and what is it? Comedians in Cars or something like that.
Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's one of the funniest episodes of that series. They go to some like a breakfast house or something, like Pancake House or something.
Right.
And Larry David is like really particular about his diet.
Right.
What he'll eat and what he won't eat. And Jerry's sitting there eating pancakes and syrup and,
right.
just pouring it on. And Larry David, he's like satisfied with having like a bowl of wheat grain cereal or something. And he goes, come on, Larry. He goes, you never eat pancakes and syrup? He goes, no. He goes, yeah, I don't eat that. He goes, come on, take a bite of the pancake. Come on, take some. And he takes a bite of it and he eats it and he got this look on his face like it's so rich. He goes, I can't believe people live like this. He's just so funny, but his reaction is just priceless.
Yep. Yeah, he's really funny. He really is funny. And dude, that whole thing at the Cheap Trick thing was so bizarre. The whole, hey, we want to the band, what's his name? Robin Zander says from the stage, hey, we want to welcome our good friend Larry David, who's here tonight. And the fucking spotlight comes on me. And I was like, what the, I'm all drunk and just fucking fucked up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I look over, and right next to me, he stands up and he's like, doing the fucking hand wave.
Yeah.
To the crowd. I was like, holy shit, I'm sitting next to fucking Larry David. And then it was like, then the whole rest of the set, I just wanted to take a fucking picture. That's all I wanted to do. Like, I
couldn't enjoy the concert because Larry David was sitting next to me.
And that's the truth. I was like, I'm not letting this fucker get away without taking a fucking photo.
Right.
So then we got done and more, the booze is just more settling in as we're watching the show. I handed my phone to this guy Matt that was with us. He's all fucked up. He tries to take the first picture and just is a mess. And he hands me my phone back and goes, I don't know if I got it, man. So then meanwhile, Larry David's trying to get the fuck out of there. And I'm like trying to take a selfie with him. And then my picture was all fucked up too. I was like, God damn it. If only I would have been a little more sober, I would have had a really, really good photo of him.
Yeah.
But it was good. It did happen, I swear.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I was just like, God damn it.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time trying to find the picture.
Love it.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, well, getting back to the story.
Yeah.
David Schwimmer has posted a hilarious spoof video of himself with his arms full of beer in a New York supermarket.
Right.
Blackpool police were looking for help to find a suspect thief when thousands of people responded to a Facebook appeal pointing out the man's likeness to the 51-year-old actor.
Right.
The alleged theft happened on September 20th. A post by Blackpool police said the images features a man with dark, bushy hair holding a pack of beer staring up at the camera.
Right.
The original post read, do you recognize this man? We want to speak to him in relation to a theft at a Blackpool restaurant on the 20th of September. However, Facebook users were quick to point out that the similarities to the U.S. actor. One person quoted the famous theme tune to the Rembrandts, so no one told me life was going to be this way. Another one said, I heard his getaway driver was stuck in second gear. All these funny references, these people.
Yeah, they're so funny.
Nick Croston said, I don't think it's been this guy's day this week, his month, or even his year. Scottish police also got in on the act, with police officers Dunfree and Galloway also sharing the post and warning members of the public to keep away from the suspect. He is known to have studied karate. We believe he has mastered the art of unagi, I guess. The state of a total awareness, they said, in a reference to one of the episodes of the sitcom where Ross claims to be an expert in self-defense. So everybody's making Friends jokes.
Of course they are.
And I'm not going to read the rest, but it's just stupid shit. But you get it.
The Larry David photos are now in the chat room.
All right. Very nice.
With me with the very short hair.
So there you go. David Schwimmer's doppelganger stealing beer.
That's funny. Too funny.
Yep.